What's up, YouTube? This is your girl Storm here, and I'm back again for another video for you guys. And this time, I just had a thought. I was thinking, with the help of this guy here, well, his name will be there somewhere, and we were thinking that the fact that Nintendo, alright, it's May, the eShop is soon to be launched and announced and all that other good stuff for the Nintendo 3DS. Yes, I am rocking the bad boy here. What am I playing? I am playing Nintendogs. You guys really can't see that because it wasn't a really clear view of the cartridge, but let me see. There you go. Playing Nintendogs. I was playing with my puppy Jazz. A lot of you guys have been asking me for my Mii, for my Nintendo 3DS. So if you want to scan my Mii through your QR, the picture will be right here for you guys to see. So go ahead and scan that bad boy there, and you can have me in your Nintendo 3DS. Well, my Mii. Anyway, like I said, I was doing some thinking, and as we all know, May is here. It's finally here. It's kind of like 2 weeks into May, and the eShop is supposed to be announced and be able to be downloaded this month, late May. So my thoughts were like, what do I want to see come to the eShop? Now, I know there's going to be some old classic games coming to the eShop and stuff. Now, the full title launch hasn't been announced yet, but these are the things that I would like to see. If you guys, I would love to hear what you guys would like to see in the comment and description below, in the comment box below, and all that other good stuff. So, these are some things that I would like to see. Again, I took a few notes so I wouldn't forget, because, sometimes I ramble. But yeah, anyway, with the eShop coming, there's some games that I want to see. And personally, for me, when it comes to NES games, there's only like 2 NES games that I would really want to play on the Nintendo 3DS, or just play in general. And the first one is definitely have to be Bad Dudes from Data East. Now, there was this Data East collection that had all these games on it, and it had Bad Dudes on it, but I didn't like it on that collection series type thing. I actually had the Data East for my Wii, the collection thing, but I sold it actually. And because I didn't like it, I got it for one game, Bad Dudes, and it was a disappointment. It just seemed like it was really weird. Now, for a lot of you who don't know what Bad Dudes is, Bad Dudes was this awesome game. It was basically a very simplistic game as to where ninjas came, they stole the president, and you had to save the president from the ninjas. Ninjas stealing the president? That's awesome. So, yeah, so ninjas stole the president, you had to go save the president, and you had to see if you were bad enough to see if you can save the president, hence the name Bad Dudes. And that was like the ultimate game for me. I love that game on the NES. That is one of my favorite games by far for that system. So I would love to see Bad Dudes come to the eShop or the Virtual Console for the 3DS, as well as DuckTales. DuckTales was another classic game on the NES that I personally love to see. I personally love to play, and life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. It was just, I don't know, it's such a classic game to play. Now, some of the games that I am going to mention may not all just be specific. I just got a text message. Fail. Hold on. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh, now a lot of these games that I may mention are not specifically for Nintendo consoles. Some of them you are able to play on the Sega Genesis. Some you are able to play on the other systems. I can't really think of any other systems right now. But yeah, the Virtual Console has a plethora of different games. So these are just some games that I would like to see. But these are the games that I played on the Nintendo systems itself that I really loved. So up next, we talked about the NES. Next comes from the Game Boy. Now, there's this really one game. Can I even get that out? There's this one game for the Game Boy that I loved to play, and I don't know if a lot of you guys have played it, but I know you played like a version of it on the DS, and that is Mario Picross. Now, Mario Picross is pretty much like Picross 3D, or what is it? What is the other Picross game? I can't really think of it right now. It's another Picross game. It's just like that, but it's Mario. And, you do the Picross puzzles, blah, 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 whatever, and you create Mario characters, you create Mario, create Luigi, all that other good stuff. You have a 30-minute time limit when you play the game, and for every answer you get wrong, it kind of cuts off your time limit. And once your time limit is done, game's over. If you don't solve the puzzle, you pretty much suck. So Game Boy, I would definitely love to see Picross come to the Virtual Console for the 3DS. There's another game that I'm looking to have come from the Game Boy for the 3DS, and that is Pokemon Red. Of course, for all of you Pokemon fans out there, for all you people who know that I love Pokemon, I specifically chose Pokemon Red for the simple fact that Charizard is actually on the cover art of the box for Pokemon. red, I guess. So yeah, that's what I would like to see come to the eShop for the Nintendo 3DS. Yeah, and so that's that. Next is another system that I picked, and these are just different systems that I just play the games on. And the next system is the SNES or the SNES or the Super Nintendo, however you choose to call it. Now these are some of my favorite games to play on the SNES or the Super Nintendo, and that was Home Alone. Home Alone was a classic game, such a classic movie. Now it is on other systems, but I prefer to play it on the SNES because I don't know, I just like the controls of it better and the graphics of it better. You know, back then. Pretty much the whole concept of Home Alone is, if you ever seen the movie with Macaulay Culkin, is you create booby traps, you find stuff like slingshots, you create little water puddles and stuff like that, and you have all the bad dudes slip on them and fall and bust their head. You're pretty much Home Alone creating booby traps. You're pretty much Home Alone in the game as you are in the movie. So I would definitely love to see that come to the SNES. That was one of my favorite games to play. I know it's such a throwback, and some of you probably haven't even played Home Alone for the NES, but it's such a great game to play. Also, I would love to see Itchy and Scratchy come back for the eShop, because Itchy and Scratchy was such a classic game for the SNES. It was on other systems, but I only played it on the SNES. SNES, yeah, I only played it on the SNES. Now, if you guys watch The Simpsons, and I'm pretty much sure that you have, you guys know who Itchy and Scratchy are, and Itchy and Scratchy are just such classic characters, and to be able to play them in a video game and like blow their heads off and stuff, it was just awesome, especially for that day and age, and for games like that to come out. Itchy and Scratchy was amazing, and I would love to see that come to the Virtual Console for the 3DS. Alright, so moving on to GBA games for the eShop. Perfect game that would go for the eShop for GBA games, I just lost my train of thought, would be WarioWare Twisted. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it already has a built-in gyroscope. Get out! Wow. It already has a built-in gyroscope for the game. Now, because the system has the built-in gyroscope or the gyro sensor, you're able to tilt it and turn it, and that's what basically this game is about. It is a WarioWare game, so it's a whole bunch of mini-games, but it's twist and turning with the Game Boy Advance or the Game Boy Advance SP. So that would be the perfect game to remake in the GBA category for that, and it would go great with the Nintendo 3DS. Another game that I would love to see be remade for the GBA part of the eShop would be Pokemon Fire Red. Pokemon Fire Red has been my favorite Pokemon game out of all times, point blank, period. So, yeah, another game that would be great to be remade for the Game Boy Advance, and that would be The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Four Swords. Awesome, awesome Zelda game. You can't beat it. You can't go without it. That would be perfect for the GBA section of the eShop. And last but not least, we're going to go into the N64 section. These are the games that I played on the N64 that I truly loved and enjoyed. First game would have to be Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story was just amazing. It was a great little side-scrolling platformer, and it had all the elements of a Mario game should have. Instead, it was just a Yoshi game, and it was Yoshi's side of the story. So definitely would love to see Yoshi's Story on the eShop. Would also love to see Doom 64 on the eShop, because I'm a huge Doom fan. I'm not a big fan of first-person shooters, but when it comes to Doom, Doom is like the ultimate game for me. Would love to see that on the eShop, as well as last but not least, would be Pokemon Stadium. I know it's so much Pokemon going on right now when it comes to me. I don't know. I think I'm in like this Pokemon obsessed craze kind of thing. But we'll have to see Pokemon Stadium come to the eShop. And that's pretty much my list for the eShop that I would like to see come out in late May, which probably won't happen. It's just a thought that counts. Let me know the games that you would like to see in the eShop. Doesn't matter which category. Oh, and as a bonus, like if this was even possible, this game was on the Sega Genesis, and it is Toe Jam and Earl. That is by far my favorite game ever, and I've been playing it so much. Me and my aunt, we've been playing it so much on the Nintendo Wii, getting it in, just beating it, and like sometimes, like my aunt beat it by herself. We're trying to beat it together, and we just can't get through it. Like the boogeyman and the mailbox monsters and the crazy dentist, the nerd herd, like it's just crazy. And Toe Jam and Earl, I would love to see be able to come to the eShop. That way I can take it with me, and it'll be portable. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the Nintendo eShop. Let me know in the link in the description bar below what your thoughts for the eShop are, or what games you would like to see come to the eShop. But until then, and until next video, this is your girl Storm, and I'll check you guys next time. Alright, peace.